Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to look at SQL Injection Union attack to find the data type of the column to extract data. Okay, so this lab contains an SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. The results from the query are returned in the application's response. So you can use a union attack to retrieve data from other tables. To construct such an attack, you first need to determine the number of columns returned by the query. You can do this using a technique you learned in the previous step. The next step is to identify a column that is compatible with string data. The lab will provide a random value that you need to make appear with a query results. To solve the lab, perform the SQL injection union attack that returns an additional row containing the value provided. This technique helps you to determine the number of columns with compatible string data. Okay, let's access the lab here. As we saw in the previous video, this let's say if this is string, this should be string. So we need to figure out what actually. Let's do it first and then I will explain. So I'm going to type in a single quote. It's giving an error, so type in the comment and the error is fixed, as you can see. Okay, let's try here. Union select null one time. Okay, it's giving an error, and let's type in another null. Okay, it's still giving an error. Let's type in another null. And you can see as there are three columns here. And there is one more technique that I forgot to tell you in the last video to get the columns. You can also do order by one. So it's saying that there are at least one columns here. It's ordering by one. So it's saying there are at least one columns. So order by two. So it's saying there are two columns. Order by three. So it's saying there are three columns now. If I say order by four, it says internet server error. So we can confirm by order by clause, there are three columns here. Okay, so let's type in union select again, null, comma, null, comma, null. And now, okay, did I make a mistake here? Okay, this is here, comma, and yep, you can see the error is gone. Now we need to determine that as we saw here. Let's say this is an integer. So we need to type in here integer and the query will be fixed. If we type in a string here, we will get an internal server error. Okay, let's type in here integer 1. Okay, this is an integer. If I type in a string here, and you can see this is a integer here. So I will type in 1 here, comma. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can confirm that the first column is an integer. The second column, let's try. It's not an integer. Let's try a string. And you can see the second column is string and it is also reflected on the page here. A. Okay. Let's see the third column. You can type in any random value and you can see the first one is integer, the second one is string, and the third one is also an integer. And to solve the lab, you need to reflect this string here. Okay, I'm copying the string, paste it in here, and the lab should be solved. And yep, the lab is solved. Okay, this is how you determine the type of the columns, and to retrieve the data you need to have a string in the data type because exploiting in new numbers integers is quite an hectic thing. I think you have to do some hex stuff, and it's quite, I mean, it's quite large, I mean, too big things to do. Okay, not big actually, but it's hectic to do that thing. So that's all. We have solved the lab here. And in the next lab, we are going to retrieve data from tables. Okay, I think that's all for this video. I hope you understood. See you in the next video. Bye.